Okay, we're going to go to volume number 2 on DVD. On this volume, we're going to cover the stick and knife, and we're going to run you through some of the basic again on the modified with stick and knife, and adding the obviously there stick and knife, and also stick to stick, and possibility down the line some open hand. Now at this time, I'd like to show some of the sticks that we have and we use. This is the stick that we use for live stick sparring, and it's real light. It's so light, almost like paper. And this is used in a tournament, weekend tournament, and also in the Philippines. So this stick here, when you hit someone, you really don't get pain or injury because it's so light. And this is universally used in the weekend tournament, and also even in the clubs that do a lot of live stick sparring. And over here we have a rattan that, as you can see, the nose is so closely together that the value of this is not determined. You can determine the value of this because the value is so high, and you can't get this kind of stick. This is very rare. As you can see, the nose is so close here. And also we have one of the hardest stick in the world. They call it the kamagong, and another stick is called the bahi. The kamagong is considered one of the hardest stick in the world that it can break a metal blade. Okay, now we're going to show the basic strikes with a stick and knife. And then we'll show the basic blocking and counter with the knife against the stick. So we'll begin the basic strike with the stick and knife. Okay, and observe the strike with the knife is the same thing as the stick on the basic strike. Okay, on there, we strike 1, 2, the tempo, 3, 4 to the rib, 5, ribs, 6 to the elbow, 7 to the elbow, 8 to the knee, 9 to the knee, 10 chest, 11 the chest, and 12 to the navel. That is the basic strike with a stick and knife. Okay. Now they will face each other, and they will show the counter strike, which means the man with the stick will strike, the man with the knife will counter. We call this single counter. Okay, face each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Okay. As you strike number 1, observe my knife hand. Strike. This way. My check in here. As I open up just enough so I can slash his head. Okay. 2. Lock here. Come up. Right in the temple. Okay. 3. Block, right towards the temple. Okay. 4, as you can see, a block here, it's a power strike, so I put my hand on the knife hand here, and immediately I cut towards his chest, here. Same as the 5. Block here, since there's an arm here, I try to cut across down toward the ribs. It's here. 5. Here's a block here, and I cut towards his elbow. Okay, and 7 towards his elbow. 8 to my knee, block here on the hand, and then I cut his knee. And here, the other knee. And 10, back across here, cut right across his temple. 11, right his temple. 12, block and hit counter, 1. Okay? And making 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. Okay. Now, I'll speed up and you'll see my feet changing, interchange on my strike. Get to the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So that's the advance. Okay, now we're going to the abastadero system. This is an old system, and the stand is really wide, holding a wide stance. So we begin the abastadero striking. Okay? Ready? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Okay. Slowly, right? Try it. As you can see, it's a wide stance, flowery movement. Checking to the belly, to the head, and the thrust. Right. And the breathe. Right on. To the belly, to the head, and thrust. As you can see, they're holding a 45-degree angle. Okay, good. Good. Two. Four. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay, we'll do knife to knife then. Let's see how we do on the abastadero knife to knife counter strike, strike and counter. Okay? Ready? Basic. White stand now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. 1. Slowly. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Now the upper there we're going to be showing is, it's very seldom you see this kind of style of fighting, but defense, but it's all on the knee. Let me demonstrate one of the timing that you do. Here, let's see. Come here. Okay. It's like upper number 1. Okay. Up. 2. Up. 3. Up. 4. Up. That's the upper there on going down, fighting on your knee. Okay. Right. 1, 2, 2. Right. That's it. Slowly. Yes. Good. Yes. Okay, the reason is say fight on your knees because some of the people in the Philippines, especially the old style, would fight on the knees. There's some system would fight on the knees, especially like some of the Kali people that like to go down. So we try to cover all areas. So when you go on your knees, you're trying to counter a person that would go down on the knee, because if you don't have practice or learning how to fight on your knees, then you lose the concept of going on your knees. So if a guy strike me, just a strike me, it's easy to counter. But now, here a guy on his knees going on your knees. How would I counter this when I have no training and going on my knees? So the fact is, so we train and go down on the knee, but some system does fight in this style of fighting, especially some of the Pancak Silat with the old Kali will go on the knees. So we try to cover and practice and train how to counter fighting on your knees. Okay, on the basic disarming using the modified strike. So on the first strike, it'll be top of the head. Every even number, your right hand is on top. So number 1 is, you call it even. Your right hand is right. It's like a ball. It's holding a ball in your hand. Okay. Number 2, it's an even number. So again, hand here. Number 3, the left hand is on top, this way. Okay. Number 4, it's an even number. Right hand is here. Okay. And number 5 is odd number, left hand on top. Okay. Number 6 is even, just like holding a ball, just like holding a ball. And number 7, same thing, left hand on top. Number 8, it's an even number here. It's very simple. Okay. Okay. Here 9, 10 is an even, right hand right on top. And 11 is odd, left hand on top. 12 is just from here. Okay, so now from this area we go to have to take the stick away. So number 1, as I said, even number, it's here, slide, push out. Okay. Number 2, even number, it's here. As you push out, the weakest point is here. So as you push, you can see that's the weakest point, and just take out. Number 3, left hand on top. As you can see, there's a weakest point here. All you do, you turn and push out this way. Number 4, even number here. You slide this hand right down. Here's the weakest point. Lift up, push right down. It comes right out. Number 6, here, as you can see, the finger pointing up. All you do is just turn this way and just pop it this way. Okay? And 8, here, come right out. The weakest point, the finger here, you push right down this way. 9, as you can see, the finger pointing up. All you do, just go up this way and push out. 10, it's here, as you can see, just turn this way and push out. And 11, here's the weakest point, turn in and push out this way. And 12, it's so simple, right here, you push right down. Okay? Now, from this area, you can add the amaras. What? Number 1. Okay, you go to the next level, here, come up, this arm, you amara. 1, 2, 3, 4, thrust. You can carry that over all 12 numbers. You know, in stick fighting, you don't want to be fancy. It's all simple as hell. As he strike me number 1, okay, watch my hand. Number 1, all you do is just push right down, the stick comes right out, and give it back to him. A simple move as that, number 1. See, again, number 1 is grab, pull out, and just walk away. And you will give the stick back to him, and, you know, and tell thank you very much. That's a simple move. In Eskrima, the simplest move is the most dangerous of all. Okay? Now, here is another move so simple. Okay? Number 1. If I grab here, okay, but he's so fast, and he throws a punch in my face, he throw a block from here, and he goes over. That's simple. So let's show again. Here, he throws a punch. Here, from here, he goes down. And that's it. Work it back. Okay, at this time I'd like to introduce Sensei Felix Odeniza. He's been with me all these years. He's also have the system called the Odeniza design system and linking with the Dosi Paris. So at this time I'd like to introduce Sensei Odeniza, and he will explain to you more some of the technique that he has on the cane fighting self-defense. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we are under the umbrella of Bandalan dos Paris, with the headquarters of Bandalan dos Paris in Hollister. And our name is the Warriors of Visayas, or the Visa Filipino Martial Arts. And the main reason that I'm even here is, first off, this is a cultural thing for me, our heritage, and it's very dear to our heart. But I am a disabled person. So by law, being disabled, I have the right to carry a cane. And I want people to understand out there that they don't have to become victimized or to be afraid to go out at night if they're allowed by law to have a weapon that they can defend themselves. Now, what you've seen so far has been the Doce Pares system, Bandalan Doce Pares, on the modified 12 strikes. And I'm going to show you 3 strikes, maybe 4, that you can incorporate if you're disabled and you have a stick. Because there's a lot of senior citizens out there that they're intimidated when they run across these young gangs or people that are trying to just grab their purse, cut it, and run for a lousy $2.50. So this is what I'm going to do with my son, is to show you some of the modified movements that you can relate same with a cane. So we'll do that. We'll do the first strike you saw before was number 7 strike to the head. Just to here. A person that's disabled, right away they think it's a victim. Well, surprise. Same thing. Aye. See? That's 1. So that person's basically dead. Next move would be to the chest. Same thing here. The stick comes out, you've locked the hand. There's a check, come across. He's dead. Number 3, with a parry, come this way. Like this. Like same thing, take the stick away. He's already had disabled. Now the last one I'll show you is in Eskrima. We have a thing called sipa, and you use the feet. Not high kicks, fancy kicks, powerful kicks, nothing like that. Small, minor little move is all it is. This is how we incorporate it. Right? Here, Stick comes here, hit across. Come across, he's down. Head, head. Whatever you want to do with him. Thank you. And that's what I want to show you, is what a person that's disabled can do with a stick. Now, we take it very, very slow in our training. But with the cane, you can relate that to other things that you have on your body. It can be a belt, it can be a shoe, it can be your glasses. But the cane is what we rely on. It relates to the stick. Thank you.
Okay, at this time I'd like to share some basic tappy or the beginning of how to block the knife, open hand technique. So the basic strike would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's all basic strike to the chest, and to the kidney area and the navel. So his strike number 1, it's some will do this, okay? Number 2. Some will do this, 3. Some will do this, some will do this, and 5. Some will do this. But because, do number 5. But because when you do this, he'll drop his hand, okay? He'll take the stick away, okay? Again. So when you do this, he drop the stick, he put it down, and he'll come back. So what the Separis will do, the being basic, is he'll do this, here, okay? Again, 1, 2, tap, okay? And here, 1, 2, and here they'll do this, okay? And here, and here, just so he don't put the stick down. Again, the old way would be tap, 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 okay? And 5, and tap. But the mistake that again you do is strike and bring your stick down, like 1, okay? 1. Okay, you bring the stick down, okay? 2, you bring the stick down. Now he's going to stab me, okay? So what they did is try to use the hand underneath. So 1, okay? Here, 2, okay? Catch underneath, okay? 3, catch underneath, 3, 4. Here, so he can bring the stick down. So from here, he can immediately take the stick from here and thrust, okay? So this is the basic of tappy, okay? Okay, now with the stick, we can do the same thing with the stick, strike. Stick, okay, from here, okay, 2. Now, we have what they call that modified boxing stand, striking. I want 2 guys come up here. Okay, we have this what they call modified boxing, okay? 1, you notice that, strike to the head. Number 2, tempo. See? 3, tempo. 4 to the ribs, he punch the ribs. 5, the other ribs. 6, across the ribs, 6. 7, the other ribs. Now instead to the knee, you'll be hooking up to the chest. 8, 9 to the chest. Now 10 is going to be a thrust, so you're going to be punching straight. 10. Then the other say 11. Then I come back, 12, you're going to hook up, 12. So the stick and hand come together. Now this is the training and how they go through. Okay? So as they punch, you'll be, one side will be punching right, one to the left, okay? Right? 1, 1. You can see, punch right to the tempo, just like this. Okay? Okay? 2, hold it. Right. 3, this way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hook. Take it. Okay, now we can apply that in the stick. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, punch, 2, hup, punch, okay, 3, here, punch, 4, here, punch, hook, hup, 5, hup, 6, hup, here, hup, hup, 10, hup, 11, hup, 12, hup, hup. Okay, we'll do invert with the abecedario. Stick is always pointing down. So as first strike would be on a 45-degree angle, I block this way from here. Okay? So as soon as I block from here, I cross here, headshot, come across, down, thrust. Number 2 is block, here, here, thrust. 3, block, here, up, down, thrust. 4, block, underneath, here, and thrust. 5, here, down, up, hip, thrust. 6, here, to the head, underneath, thrust. 7, across, down, up, here, thrust. 8, here, to the head, down, thrust. Here, down, up, thrust. Here, up, here, thrust. 10. Here, down, up, here, thrust. That's the invert abecedario. So we already did the abecedario white stance. But since we do live stick sparring, we can carry the ABC and modify it into the live stick sparring. So let me show you some of the different style of abecedario. This is called standing position abecedario. So in the beginning, number 1 would be I step here, okay, and I do this. Now the changeover is watch my feet. I just step forward, strike. I step here. I don't bend. For me, I step here, here. Okay, and number 2 from here, I step here, and then I thrust. And number 3, here, 4. As you notice, my feet, I'm standing here. So when I strike there, he might counter me as I block his stomach, counter. Okay? Here, he might counter me from here. So again, for me, as I'm standing here, he might counter, and I strike here. That's going to be coming together into the sparring. So we'll continue on number 4. Okay? Number 4, here. Now watch. Okay? Here. Now what's 5? From here. Up. 6. What's 6? Here. Strike. 7. Here. Down. 8. Here. 9. Okay. Here. 10. Watch. From here. 10. From here. Okay. That's how the difference is standing. We'll take you into sparring. Okay, the reason for the new stance is because the speed will come into play and become natural. Instead of you bending over, you're losing the timing. And this will carry over on your sparring, on your freestyle sparring with the padding and without the padding. So let me show you somehow how the thing is done on the sparring. If we spar, okay, long step. If we do this, okay, and we play, we lose the timing and then from here. Okay, now watch. When I change over, the speed will come into play on the standing position. You can see the difference. I don't step forward. I'm standing here, so the speed will come into play right now with the flick of my wrist. Okay, recap. We know the word recap means where Anis Kali, Anis Federation. How recap came about is because in the early 40s and 50s in the Philippines there were a lot of death matches. And Dione Cañete, being a lawyer and who was rated first in his law school, as he watched the stick fight in the Philippines, all these death matches, getting injured, whatnot, he was telling himself, how can I bring this art to America? This is brutal. We cannot bring this art to America. So as he thought about it more and more, he conceived the idea. And he said, well, in order for them to continue a death match, I know what I can do. I'll put the headgear on them and padding, and he said, now continue killing yourself. Of course, they set up some rules. So because of that, this is how WeCap came about, of stick fighting. So as I'm just making sure and brief. So because of that, I'm going to tell you and observe the style of stick fighting. If you have training in the modified and ABC, you can more or less do your strike and do a counter strike. Like for instance, Master Ralph will strike the moment for the head. Now, this is full contact now. So we have light stick sparring, there's no contact. Now with the headgear, you'll actually hit the guy on the head. We kind of stun him. So that's why you hear headgear. So it's number one strike to the head. Then he strike number 2. Example, full contact also. And number 3, number 4, number 5, 6, 7. And this is the numbers that you hold. Okay? So from here, you are going 100 miles an hour. So the opponent over here will try to block his strike, which sometimes, most times, you're not going to block it, but he'll try to block his strike. So the key in blocking the strike, as I said in volume 1, is the check hand. That is the secret on the light stick sparring. So let's say he strike number 1, slowly, and he blocks, he tries to block his hand, but unable. So now he can block part of it. Now he strike him slowly. He strike a number that he don't even know the number coming. So he strike a number, and he saw that. He saw that strike. So you saw his check hand block his stick hand. Okay. Now he block his stick hand. At the same time, he's trying to block his stick hand there, and then they go to the next move. And you don't know what number he's going to throw. So throw a number there, and he throw the next number. You throw. There's the counter. Okay, and then you continue the strike using the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10, and 11. So you have something to work with. So as you continue on this number, slowly, as you go along, the level changes, and you get into the high bracket, then the speed changes to become faster and quicker. All you can see, the blur of the stick. The secret, again, is the check hand. The check hand, that's the secret. You're not going to block all, but if you can block most of it, you're okay. And how you become proficient is the number of years, number of times you train with the light stick. So this is how WeCap came about. Okay, of course, there's some rules changes. So now, since those stick parties is known all over the world as the best stick parties in the world, and they are now promoting this here in America with the light stick as well as the headgear. Okay, so now let's continue slowly. He'll strike a number, and you can see the check hand here. And so he didn't check, so he connected here. So he might shoot another number. He might check his hand, and then he might still continue to check. Check another number. Here you go. Continue. Now you can see the number. That's right. So 2. Continue. 3, 2. Right. Here. Okay. Continue. Continue. Got it. Good. So you can see some double strike, some single strike. Now, in some school, the harder you strike, the better for you. And in some school, again, if you can connect and kind of get the guy no air at all, you usually win the match. Like, we're known for the punch out. So let's say he strike number 1, you punch out. He strike number 1, that's it. That will stop a man on the track. So, we're known for this, and this style of striking to the punch, strike the punch again. Again, strike the punch out. This was invented by Felix Robles, that gave it to us, and I stole it from him. Okay, so again, strike number 1. There you go, that punch out. That's one of the best strikes you can do on a human body, because the weakest point would be on the side here, on the ribs. That's where you take him out. And how you step out. A lot of school will do the sponsor strike, but doesn't know the theory behind it. So what, as you do his sponsor strike, you step in, as soon as he plants his feet here, and he strikes same time, you feel the power come out to that hand and strike here. That's one of the secrets of the panza. Okay? Thank you. Okay.
Okay, I want to demonstrate some of the basic strikes in tournament fighting. And you'll see in tournament fighting, people who don't have a technique seem to look like they're just swinging. Just wild swinging. It's like getting an amateur fighter, and the first thing they do is they start flailing both left and right hands because they don't know what to do with them. And a lot of times you see that in the stick fighting. But when you see somebody who is experienced, you won't do that. And I'll demonstrate some of that. Go ahead and strike number one. So, number one, like I said, we're going to start with a checking, and we have a palm toss strike here. And what it does is it opens up your opponent. And what I want to do is I want to stay inside his guard. So I'll come up and strike. So as I move forward, he's going to want to move back. And I hold on to this, and I have his glove, actually. And that's kind of a nice little movement here. And then I strike to the ear. Now, my targets, when you're striking, the ear are padded very well, but when you hit them, it stings. And your hearing will start ringing. So those are two shots that are very good. Top of the head, very good shot, all legal. But I hit this with the very end of this stick, and I come down and hit it this way, but much faster. And I can step back and strike. So our technique is not to run back and give the opponent room to strike. Because what happens when you get room to strike, exactly this. He goes in this position, and he has room to swing. So he'll swing like this. So now I have to stop him again. So if I stay in close, and I stay inside, and he backs up, all I do is follow it. And I never let him breathe. Okay. Now the armor protection is very good about protecting him. So he didn't get hurt, but you get to see the technique. Okay. Good.
Okay, you've seen the second part of the DVD. I'd like to remind you, as we did the ambassador, like I said, the white stance. You must practice the white stance just in case you come across some other style that like to practice nothing but the old style, and you can become proficient in understanding the ways. We also taught the standing position of the ABC that will take you right into the live stick sparring. Because we feel that there's a lot of schema in the Philippines. 99% of the Filipinos in the Philippines do live stick sparring. As they say, if you don't know how to do live stick sparring, well, you know, something is wrong here. So we try to instill the standing position, live stick sparring. Also, learning how doing the invert, which it's very rare to see, but some system does invert. So we try to cover all areas in case we go again like some other system, and to have a friendly match with them or friendly workout with them. And then we finish off with the style of recap style of stick fighting. As I said, what recap, the short history, how it came about. Dione Cañete have introduced this recap style of fighting to bring it to America. And we knew that the early 90s, it became the art of the 90s when recap came to America. And today we have regional, national, and the world tournament. And we are having the July 21st in the Philippines, celebrating the 20-year of recap here in America and all over the world. So we are, the most organized, prestigious organization in the world, recap. So again, like I said, be careful when you practice this technique. Make sure that someone can be watching you, because it's very dangerous, especially with a knife. So be very careful and practice diligently. And all I like to say is it was nice to be here. Thank you very much.